Today we are going to study the chapter electrochemistry. Okay. So when you are considering the electrochemistry, the chapter itself suggests that electro and chemistry. So first we will see the definition of electrochemistry. So electrochemistry is the area of chemistry in which we have to study the interconversion of electrical and chemical energy. So first definition or the first point in the definition is it is concerned with interconversion of electrical and chemical energy. Now, as you are considering the interconversion of chemical and electrical energy, we have to know the basic point of the interconversion of electrical and chemical energy. For that, you should know first spontaneous and non-spontaneous reaction. So spontaneous reaction and non-spontaneous reaction. Now, as you are considering the spontaneous reaction, what is the meaning of spontaneous reaction? The reaction which are natural or which takes place by its own, म्हणजे त्या रिएक्शन स्वतःहून घडतात अशा रिएक्शन म्हणजे काय आहेत? Spontaneous reaction. So example of that we can take as a working of dry cell. So the reaction takes place in a dry cell is a spontaneous reaction. Now as you are considering the dry cell, you know that how it works. So I will explain in short. In dry cell, zinc is a anode and graphite rod which is present in the middle which acts as a cathode. Okay, and all of you know the dry cell. ज्या सेल आपण टॉर्चेस मध्ये किंवा रेडिओ मध्ये जे सेल आपण यूज करतो दॅट इज ड्राय सेल. तर ड्राय सेलचं वर्किंग कसं होतं की ड्राय सेल मध्ये काय आहे? झिंक which acts as an anode, graphite rod which is present in the middle of dry cell which acts as a cathode. And in this dry cell, what happens at the anode? There is oxidation, and at cathode there is a reduction. So oxidation reduction happens here, and what happens another is the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Chemical energy converts into electrical energy. So what happened in the spontaneous reaction? Basically the conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy. So we have seen the first conversion, that is chemical energy will be converted into electrical energy in a dry cell. This happens in a spontaneous reaction. What happens in a non-spontaneous reaction? Opposite to spontaneous. Non-spontaneous reaction मध्ये काय होतं की ज्या रिएक्शन स्वतःहून घडत नाही त्या घडण्यासाठी आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल? एखादा एक्सटर्नल मीन्स किंवा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास करावी लागते. दॅट विल बी non-spontaneous reaction. For example, electrolysis. We will take here electrolysis of NaCl. Now you have studied the preparation of NaOH by the electrolysis of NaCl. NaOH चं preparation तुम्ही 11th standard मध्ये study केलेलं आहे. In that electrolysis of NaCl is done, and this is non-spontaneous reaction. And in non-spontaneous reaction, what happens? We are doing the electrolysis. Electrolysis means what? We are doing here the breaking of electrolyte into its ions. इथं काय केलं जातं? आयन्स डिसोसिएट होतात आणि हे डिसोसिएट होण्यासाठी काय केलं जातं? इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास केली जाते. So we are forcing the reaction to happen. Okay, so that is why it is non-spontaneous And what happens? Which type of change? Okay, the next point is the electric conduction. Now, as we are considering the electric conduction, we have to consider the conductor first. You should know what is the meaning of conductor. As we are taking the point as an electric conduction, we will take the first. What is the meaning of conductor? Now, conductor is a substance in which the electricity is passed through. Means the transfer of charge or the electricity will pass through the substance. That substance is called as a conductor. म्हणजे जो substance ज्याच्यामधून काय होते की electricity pass होते असा जो substance आहे त्याला काय म्हणायचं conductor. Now, as the conductors are having the two types, similar to that, it having the two types of conductivity or the conduction. So first is a metallic conduction. And second one is the electrolytic or ionic conduction. Okay, so in the electric conduction we have taken the definition of conductor. What is the conductor? The charge transfer or the transfer of electricity through the substance. That substance is called as a conductor. Okay, so conductor consider केल्यानंतर electric conduction मध्ये जो मतलब conductor हे दोन टाइपचे असतात, electric conductor or the metallic conductor and electrolytic conductor. And the conductors are having the two types. The conduction is also having the two types. First is the metallic conduction or you can say the electronic conduction. It is also called as the electronic conduction. Now what happens here? Metallic conduction means there is a transfer of electron. Okay, so metallic conduction मध्ये काय होतं? There is a transfer of electron. As you are considering the any metal, there is a what? The kernel of electrons. Okay, so there is a sea of electron. You know that when you are considering the any metal, in a metal there is a electrons, and as we are passing the electricity from one point to another point, there is a transfer of electron from one point to another point. What happens in the metallic conduction? There is a transfer of electron from one point to another point by using the electricity or by passing the electricity. So metallic conduction मध्ये electron transfer होतात as you are passing the electricity. जेव्हा तुम्ही electricity pass करणार आहात तेव्हा त्याच्यामध्ये काय होतं? Electron transfer होतात. As there is a transfer of electron, there is a no any chemical change. फक्त electron transfer होता है त्यामुळे no chemical change. There is a no any chemical change in a metallic conduction. Also, when the electron is transferred, there is a no any transfer of a matter. बरोबर, electron transfer होता है, कोणताही प्रकारचा matter transfer होत नाहीये. So in a metallic conduction, important point is what? There is a transfer of electron from one point to another as you are passing the electricity. There is a no any chemical change because only electrons are transferring, no any chemical change. And third point is that is no any transfer of any matter. So matter is also not transferred in a metallic conduction. So this is about the metallic conduction, and this all happens in a metals because metal is a rich of electrons. त्याच्यामध्ये electrons भरपूर असतात आणि त्यामुळे तिथे काय होतं इझिली तुम्ही मेटल घेतला कोणताही आणि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास केली एका पॉइंट मधून दुसऱ्या पॉइंट पर्यंत तर काय होतं इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रान्सफर होतं. नाउ व्हाट हॅपन्स इन इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक कंडक्शन? इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक कंडक्शन मध्ये काय होतं? देयर इज अ ट्रान्सफर ऑफ आयन्स. सो इन इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक कंडक्शन ट्रान्सफर ऑफ आयन्स. Okay, so first is what? There is a transfer of ions. As there is a transfer of ion, there is a chemical change. And ions are transferring, so that is why there is a change in a matter or transfer of matter. Hope you understood the difference between the metallic conduction and electrolytic I will repeat that. Metallic conduction मध्ये काय होतं? There is a transfer of electron from one point to another as you are passing the electricity. Electrolytic conduction means there is a transfer of ions when you are passing the electricity. As there is a only transfer of electron, there is a no any chemical change. Electrolytic conduction, as there is a transfer of electrons, there is a chemical change. Because here transfer of ions, so that is why the chemical change happens here. Now, here in metallic conduction, only electron is transferred. That is why there is a no any transfer of a matter. कोणत्याही प्रकारचा matter किंवा mass एखादा substance इथे transfer होत नाही. But in electrolytic conduction, there is a transfer of matter. So this is all about the electric conduction. Electric conductions, we have seen the definition of conductor, and conductor means what? The substance through which the electricity is passed, that is conductor. Conductor having two types, that is electronic conductor or electrolytic conductor. Similar to that, you can take the conduction, that is electronic conduction and electrolytic conduction. Electronic means transfer of electron, electrolytic means transfer of ions. So electrolytic conduction means you can take the any example of electrolytes. If you take up the NaCl as an electrolyte, NaCl, that is electrolytic conduction होता है, electrolysis होता है, याच्यामध्ये काय होणार आहे Na+Cl- इलेक्ट्रोड तुम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये डीप केले, सो एखादा कंटेनर घेऊन NaCl घेतले, इलेक्ट्रोड डीप केले आणि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास केली तर तिथे काय होणार आहे? देयर इज अ ट्रान्सफर ऑफ आयन्स. पॉझिटिव्ह आयन्स विल बी अट्रॅक्टेड टुवर्ड्स द negative electrode. Negative ions will be attracted towards the positive electrode, and there is a transfer of ions. So that is why there is a chemical change and there is a transfer of matter. Hope you understood the electric conduction. In that two types, metallic conductions and electrolytic conductions. Now the next point we have to see, that is the measurement of conductivity. So in the non-electrolyte solutions, ions are not dissociated into its aqueous solution or in its molten state. समजा तुम्ही त्या non-electrolyte substance water मध्ये dissolve केला किंवा त्याचं molten state मध्ये त्याला जर घेतलं तरी सुद्धा काय होत नाही, ions dissociate होत नाही. As ions are not dissociated, conductivity is same like a water. समजा water मधलं solution घेतलं तर त्याची conductivity काय असणार आहे, same like a water. But suppose you have taken the NaCl or the potassium chloride or acetic acid, like these substances if you taken and dissolve into the water, or you have taken the aqueous solution of NaCl. We will take one example that suppose you have taken the aqueous solution of NaCl and you have passed the electricity through it. What happens here? The conductivity of that solution will be higher than water. Okay, why this happens? Because this is the type of electrolyte solution. Okay, NaCl is electrolyte. And what happens in an electrolyte? The ions are dissociated. Ions are dissociated. Okay. So in electrolyte what happens? Ions will be dissociated into its ions. Dissociation होता म्हणजे काय? Simply suppose you have taken the NaCl, the in water solution Na plus and Cl minus ions will be separated into its a solution. Okay. So this is called as the electrolyte. Non-electrolyte means what? The solution or the substance that doesn't dissociate into its aqueous condition or aqueous solution. These are called as the non-electrolyte solution. Electrolytes means what? The substance which dissociate into its ions in its aqueous solution or in its molten state. That substance is called as a electrolyte. Now suppose we will take the example. Now as you are considering the electrolyte, their conductivities may be vary, means it will be higher than water or less than water. Why this happens? Because some electrolyte dissociate completely, but some electrolyte dissociate in a small extent, and depending on the capacity of dissociation, the electrolytes are again divided into two types. One is strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. Okay, बघा इलेक्ट्रोलाइट काय केले जातात मग डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ डिसोसिएशन. म्हणजे काही इलेक्ट्रोलाइट काय होतात कंप्लीट डिसोसिएट होतात, तर काही इलेक्ट्रोलाइट काय होतात स्मॉल एक्सटेंट मध्ये डिसोसिएट होतात. सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट डिसोसिएशन कॅपॅसिटी दिस इलेक्ट्रोलाइट इज डिवाइडेड इनटू टू टाइप, दैट इज स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट एंड वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इन द स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट? The substance or the electrolyte which completely dissociate is called as a strong electrolyte, and weak electrolyte means what? The electrolyte which dissociate in a small extent, which are called as a weak electrolyte. So example of strong electrolytes are ionic salts. You can take the strong acid or strong base. सगळे स्ट्रॉंग ऍसिड आणि बेस हे काय होतात स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट आहे. आणि वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट मध्ये वीक ऍसिड and weak bases are examples of weak electrolyte. Okay, so I hope की तुम्हाला हा डिफरन्स समजलेला आहे. जेव्हा आपण मेजरमेंट ऑफ कंडक्टिव्हिटीज घेतो, मेजरमेंट ऑफ कंडक्टिव्हिटी म्हणजे काय की सपोज यू हॅव टेकन एनी सोल्युशन, यू हॅव टू मेजर दॅट कंडक्टिव्हिटी ऑफ दॅट सोल्युशन. तुम्हाला कंडक्टिव्हिटी मेजर करायची आहे, परंतु कंडक्टिव्हिटी मेजर करताना यू शुड नो द व्हाट टाइप ऑफ सोल्युशन यू हॅव टेकन. सपोज यू हॅव टेकन नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट सोल्युशन or non electrolyte substance, their conductivity is same like a water because it doesn't dissociate into its aqueous solution. But if you take an electrolyte solution, its conductivity will be higher than water because it dissociate completely or in a small extent. समजा completely dissociate होत असेल तर that type of electrolyte is a strong electrolyte, and suppose the electrolyte is dissociate in a small extent, that will be weak electrolyte. Strong electrolytes example काय आहे ionic salts, or you can take the strong acid or strong base. Weak electrolyte means weak acid or the weak bases are the weak electrolyte. Okay, so this is about the measurement of conductivities of solution. जेव्हा तुम्ही कंडक्टिव्हिटी कन्सिडर करताय किंवा मेजरमेंट ऑफ कंडक्टिव्हिटी कन्सिडर करताय त्यावेळेला तुम्हाला सोल्युशन कोणत्या टाइपचं घेतलेलं आहे हे माहित पाहिजे, किंवा सोल्युशनचे कोणते टाइप आहेत. तर इलेक्ट्रोलाइट आणि नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. इलेक्ट्रोलाइट मीन जे कम्प्लिटली डिसोसिएट होतात दॅट विल बी कम्प्लिटली किंवा स्मॉल एक्सटेंट मध्ये, दॅट आर इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. आणि नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट मीन्स द सबस्टन्सेस विच डझंट डिसोसिएट इनटू इट्स aqueous solution आर द नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. Okay, so now the next point is the electrical conductance of solution. that is resistance and conductance. So first we will take the resistance. Now according to Ohm's law, the resistance is defined as the potential difference divided by the electric current. So how we can write it down? According to Ohm's law, resistance is equal to potential difference divided by electric current. Okay. So see here, Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, resistance is equal to what? Potential difference divided by electric current. I will write here potential difference divided by electric current. Now, the potential difference we express it into volt and current into ampere. So what will be the unit of resistance? Resistance is equal to volt per ampere, or you can say it as a ohm. It is denoted with the sign omega. Okay? Resistance means what? According to Ohm's law, resistance is equal to potential difference divided by electric current, that is V upon I. The potential difference we express it into volt, electric current into ampere. That is why unit of resistance is volt per ampere, or you can say it is ohm, and it is denoted with the sign omega. Now, this resistance is also proportional to, okay, this resistance is proportional to, directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the cross sectional area of the conductor. Suppose you have taken any conductor and you have taken its length is L, its cross sectional area is A. So resistance of that conductor is proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the area of cross section A. Now as you are taking the proportionality sign, how we can remove it? R equal to, we have to consider one constant. We take here rho. Rho to L upon A. We have taken here constant as a rho. Okay, so R is equal to what? I will write here again. Rho L upon A. Okay, so rho here it is called as a proportionality constant, or we can say it as a resistivity. What it is called? Rho is equal to resistivity. Now how we can define that resistivity? Suppose you have taken L is equal to 1 meter and area is equal to unit, if you take a unit length and unit area of cross section, so what you will get? R is equal to rho. Okay, so how we can define resistivity? Resistivity is defined as the resistance of conductor of unit length and unit cross sectional area. Okay, so resistivity is nothing but resistance of a conductor of 1 meter, or you can say unit length and unit area of cross sectional. म्हणजे काय? रेझिस्टिव्हिटी म्हणजेच रेझिस्टन्स कधी असणार आहे? ज्या वेळेला तुम्ही युनिट लेंथ घेताय आणि युनिट एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन घेताय त्यावेळेला. सो रेझिस्टिव्हिटी इज इक्वल टू R when L is equal to 1 and L is equal to 1. Now how we can find out the unit of resistivity? Resistivity चे युनिट कसं फाइंड आउट करणार आपण? रेझिस्टन्स इज इक्वल टू काय आहे? ओहम. ओके, and ohm, so see here how we can write it down. Rho is equal to R into A upon L. So unit कसं लिहू शकतो? Resistance, that is ohm, meter square upon meter length. So rho is equal to काय होईल? Ohm meter. So that will be the unit of resistivity. Okay, I will repeat the point. See here, according to Ohm's law, resistance is what? potential difference divided by electric current. So R is equal to V upon I. Potential difference taken in a volt, electric current in an ampere. That is why unit of R, that is resistance, is a volt per ampere, or you can say it is a ohm. Resistance is also expressed in a ohm. It is denoted with the sign omega. Also, the resistance is directly proportional to the length of conductor and inversely proportional to the area of cross section of a conductor. So, if we remove the proportionality sign, we have to add one constant. We taken here rho as a constant. So R is equal to rho into L upon A. Okay. Here rho is called as the resistivity of conductor. What is it is called? Rho is the resistivity of conductor. Now, how we can define resistivity? So if you take on unit length and unit area of cross section, R will be equal to rho. So resistivity is defined as resistance, nothing but resistance of unit length and unit area of cross section. Now, the unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Okay. Similar to that. So hope you understood about the resistance. Now similar to that, next point we have to take the conductance. Okay, now we have studied that conductance, which is denoted with the capital G, and conductance is always reciprocal of resistance. बघा, conductance हा काय असतो नेहमी? It is reciprocal of resistance. Now we have studied that resistance is what? We have taken here resistance is volt upon ampere, or you can say potential difference upon current, electric current. So now as G is reciprocal of 1 upon R, you can take G is directly proportional to Gaussian relation. It is directly proportional to area of cross section and inversely proportional to the length of conductor. बघा रेजिस्टन्स आपण कसा घेतला होता? डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू लेंथ अँड इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू एरिया. परंतु आता कंडक्टन्स हा काय आहे? रेसिप्रोकल रेजिस्टन्स आहे, आणि म्हणून जी हा काय होईल मग, किंवा कंडक्टन्स हा डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन ऑफ कंडक्टर अँड इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द लेंथ ऑफ conductor. Now here similar to that, if you remove the proportionality sign, we have to add one constant. Here K is a constant, K into A upon L. This K is called as a conductivity. What it is called? It is proportionality constant, or you can say as a conductivity. Okay, K is what? Conductivity. Now how we can define conductivity? Suppose we have taken A is 1 meter square, that is unit area and unit length. So what will happen? K is equal to G. Okay, suppose you have taken area 1 meter square and length 1 meter, then K is equal to G. Now how we can define conductivity? Conductivity is nothing but conductance of conductor of unit area of cross section and unit length. Okay, so this is the definition of conductivity. Conductivity is nothing but what? Conductance of conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section. Nothing but conductivity. Now how we can find out the unit of conductivity? Conductivity is a unit कैसा find out करना? K is equal to, from this formula, K is equal to what? G L upon A. Okay. First we take the unit of G. Okay. G चा unit काय आहे? इथं 1 upon R आहे. G is reciprocal of resistance. Resistance चा unit काय असतं? ओहम. So conductance चा unit काय आहे ना? Unit. We write the unit of G काय आहे ना? It will be ohm inverse. Okay. Unit of G काय आहे? ओहम inverse. इथं कसं होईल? ओहम inverse. Length is in a meter. area of cross section meter square. So that will be K is equal to what? Ohm inverse meter inverse. Okay. So that will be unit of conductivity. Okay. बघा समजले का unit of conductivity कसं येते? Conductivity is nothing but G, that is conductance into length upon area. Conductance का unit ohm inverse. Ohm inverse का तो conductance हा काय आहे? Reciprocal of resistance आहे. तर resistance चे unit ohm, तर conductance का काय होईल मग? Ohm inverse length in meter, area meter square. So conductivity is ohm inverse meter inverse. That will be the unit of conductivity. Okay. In short, we will repeat both. Okay. So आता comparatively आपण दोन्ही मी परत एकदा सांगते comparatively. Resistance denoted with R. Okay. आणि conductance is denoted with G. Okay. Resistance is what? It will be volt upon ampere, or can say potential difference upon electric current. So unit of resistance is equal to volt per ampere, or it is called as a ohm, denoted with sign omega. That is unit. Okay. Now also resistance is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to area. So I will write directly formula here. R is equal to rho into L upon A. हा एक formula आपण बघितला. Here rho is what? Rho काय आहे? Resistivity. आणि unit काय आहे resistivity चं? Unit of rho is what? Ohm meter. Okay. That is unit of rho. For conductance, what we have taken? G is reciprocal of resistance. Reciprocal of resistance आहे म्हणून G is equal to काय येणार आहे? K into A upon L. Okay. And that is the unit of G. Is ohm inverse. Now G is equal to conductivity upon A upon L. ये हा एक फॉर्म्युला आपण बघितला. The unit of G is ohm inverse आला तर conductivity K चे unit काय आहे? Sorry. That is conductivity. I will write here. This is conductivity. Unit काय येणार आहे याचं मग? Ohm inverse meter inverse. बघा in short दोन्ही एकत्र मी दिलेला आहे. Resistance R, unit आहे त्याचं ohm. R is also proportional to length, inversely proportional to area. So from that we have defined resistivity. Unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Conductance is reciprocal of resistance. That is why G is equal to K into A upon L. A means directly proportional to area, inversely proportional to length. Proportionality constant K is called as the conductivity. It's a unit of ohm inverse meters inverse. Okay. Hope you understood that we have studied the electrochemistry chapter. In that first point we have finished. So we'll stop here. Thank you.